So it's another summer weekend out here in the desert, fixing up this old abandoned cabin and making it new again.
5 years ago, Michael and I bought and renovated the house next door to this cabin and turned it into our first Airbnb. Now, income from that short-term rental is helping us restore this abandoned 1950s cabin one weekend at a time. And this weekend, we are rebuilding two insanely important walls in the cabin. One of them is carrying the weight of the original 1950s homestead cabin roof, which means we have to replace the damaged framing one stud at a time. The other will hold the new bathroom window that looks out over the desert. And before we can close this wall in, we realized one of the walls was bowing. So before we could call this weekend a success, we had to figure out what went wrong and whether we could fix it.
As you saw in previous episodes, we need to reframe this entire wall to add the window that will go right next to the shower. And right now, what I'm doing is taking out all of this old framing, and I learned after measuring that the boards that I'm putting up right now, the studs, were not actually 16 inches apart like they're supposed to be. So I went back, cut out the bottom, cut out the top of the studs, and then I moved them so that this whole wall would be evenly spaced. So in the future, if I'm looking for a stud or something like that, I know exactly where they are. I can measure from the outside wall.
But I don't want to stay too long. She left out this morning, and she said she'll be back this afternoon.
And my mom was working inside getting all of these boards down, and it was so meticulous. And as you can see, she tried taking off each individual nail, but the boards are just so weathered and worn, so they just kind of, some of them broke apart. But we had to get all of this stuff off the walls because this wall is poorly framed and we're gonna need to reframe this entirely. So yeah, she kept working and getting all of this stuff off the walls. You can see it just kind of like broke apart, but she was doing her best. She saved that whole board, and she was also cleaning up as she went.
All right, Dad's working on this wall. We're gonna reframe this wall.
And then this wall, you can see that's a window that was just kind of framed in, and the wood was all kind of messed up in this area. So my dad got to work reframing this wall.
Yeah, isn't that nice? Craftsmanship, 1950s craftsmanship.
Do you want a ladder? You're standing on a paint can.
Yeah, but it's full, so it's nice and sturdy. Another one of the big nails again.
This was a delicate process because this wall is load bearing. It's carrying the weight of the roof from the old cabin. So we had to leave studs in there and then replace them one at a time and fill it in.
But I don't want to stay too long. So somebody want to tell me love. I said I want to back.
There we go.
That'll make your arm strong.
I know.
What's that weigh?
My wrist hurt after doing all of that.
Oh, yeah.
My wrist was like,
You wake up in the middle of the night and they're
Yeah.
numb.
yeah,
How much that thing weigh?
I don't know, a lot.
Like 20 pounds.
Yeah, with the battery pack and everything.
Hey, look at this. We reframed this whole wall.
One thing that I do not take for granted is the time that I get to spend with my parents. Days like today, getting lunch and sitting on the porch and eating with them. I know there's not many people out there that get to spend this much time in their adult years, and I'm just grateful for the time and all of the help they're giving Kristen and I working on this cabin. Truly could not do this without them. And then when framing in this window, this wall has given us some trouble because it's not the exact height of a normal wall, so I didn't have enough space for a full 6-inch header, but we did have these 4x6 posts leftover cuts from making the RV structure that I cut down to a 4x4 perfectly sized to fit in the header position. And here's my dad and I celebrating.
Oh
Look
yeah.
at that.
Cool, right?
Yep.
I'm not being mom, I'm watching it burn you.
I know. It's done.
I had to cut these old gas lines out because out here in the desert, you have to get propane shipments where they have to come and refill them because gas is not hard plumbed. So we are going to be using all electricity out here. So I had to get rid of those.
It was a little chaotic out here trying to film. My parents would just be doing things and I'm like, wait, I need to film you. But my mom got such good progress done on this wall. She got all of those old boards off. The ones that are still good are going to be sanded and reused elsewhere. So very thankful to Mom. My dad worked on this entire wall. This is the wall that will be separating the kitchen on that side and then the bathroom and the kind of like, we're calling it a utility corridor. The wall in between them, the wood was so rotted and it just needed replaced. It was like windows framed in and everything. So structurally, we wanted to make sure that that was sound. There's still this doorway here that we kind of just put studs in, but we didn't need to replace the whole thing. And then this window is now all framed. Will be beautiful. The shower and bathtub will look out to cactus and everything we're gonna put there. Huge accomplishments today. My dad is coming back tomorrow. Hopefully we can get some sheathing up on this wall. So tomorrow we'll be back at it. I need a shower. I need a shower and I need some food. I just went to the store and got a bunch of fun drinks. And there's nothing like a cold drink at the end of the day working in the heat. But I still got like an hour or two of sun left. So before I head inside for the night, I think there's some fun stuff I've been wanting to do. There's a picnic bench over by, I'm calling it the campsite, but there's a picnic bench over by the campsite. I need to sand that down because it's the paint is chipping on it. And there's also a little watering tank, a stock tank, that's what it's called. There's also a stock tank over there that's been sitting there that's pretty dirty, but I want to clean it out because I feel like it'd be fun to fill it up and like take Forrest for a little dunk in there when we're out here. Kind of overworking on the cabin tonight. Yeah, let's have some fun.
One reason I can spend the last bit of daylight sanding an old picnic table instead of sitting inside managing reservations at our short-term rental is that Lodgify handles so much of the repetitive work behind our short-term rental. I work on the weekdays, we have a baby, we live 2 hours away, and now we are rebuilding this cabin on the weekends. Our first short-term rental helps support this project, but we don't want managing it to become another full-time job. Lodgify gives us our own direct booking website where guests can book and pay directly through us. That gives us more control over our brand, helps us keep more of the booking revenue, and it also keeps our availability synchronized between our direct booking website and other platforms that we use, so we're not manually updating multiple calendars. And the automation is probably the biggest time saver. Confirmations, check-in details, Wi-Fi information, checkout reminders, and review requests can all be scheduled ahead of time. The goal is never to spend our free time managing our short-term rental. It was to build places that people love, create more freedom for our family, and keep bringing projects like this cabin back to life. So if you own a short-term rental, use code 60KM through July 30th to get 60% off Lodgify's professional and ultimate yearly or 2-year plans. The link is in the description down below. And thank you to Lodgify for sponsoring this video.
It's a fair time. What you got to turn me on? Now the time to use it. Oh my man, the monkey shell. Come on now, show me how you do it. Mary Lou does the monkey.
Like this is pretty dirty in here. And I have a pressure washer at home. I'm gonna bring it out next time. Maybe I can pressure wash this whole thing out and clean it up. It might be rusty underneath this, I'm not sure. If it is, we can use this as a planter. I'm gonna see if I can salvage it first. Guys that we hired to reframe this because of the structural issues here, they put a bowed board right here, the sheet of OSB to like push out. So we're gonna just cut the top of it off and lean it back and see if that fixes it real quick, because we don't want wonky walls here right now.
You can see the bow. If you get a camera over there and put my belly out here, you can maybe see if you line it up.
See if there's a bow.
You can see if it's bowing or not.
It's definitely bowing. Yeah, we might need to cut that belly out.
We're working on it.
Okay, everybody, let me catch you up to speed on where we are at right now. My dad is gone. I just ate some lunch. So got some more work to do. It's about 3 p.m. As you can see, we got the sheathing up, but you can see all this light coming in. That's not supposed to be there. So I need to add blocking, which is basically adding in a piece of wood right here. So I need to cut all of that wood, add it in there so that I can have a surface to nail it, everything to, because these boards give the wall a ton of strength, but they need to be nailed properly. This big seam right here all across the wall, and then I gotta do the upper seam. Let's get to work.
South side of Chicago, 600,000 state. There's a sign on a building that reads Jesus saved. It's a mission for men who can't make it on their own. I'm homesick in Chicago.
You guys, look at how sexy that is. Is that sexy to you? I didn't go all the way because I don't need to, because I just need nailing surfaces here. But that looks so good. Whoa, I just blew that. Oh, look at how satisfying this is. This is so satisfying. Ugh. Now don't mess it up, Michael. I don't know how to... How do you nail this? Oh, I just broke the board. Sick. Okay, I'll hammer those in. It's a very, very successful weekend. And now I gotta pack up. I gotta head home because I miss Forrest and Kristen so much. I know how bad Kristen wants to be out here working, but the phase that Forrest is in right now, it's just better that he's home.
This weekend, we got a lot done. We finished framing the new bathroom window, rebuilt the wall between the kitchen and the bathroom, and got another section of the cabin sheet. And somehow, my parents still love me and are still willing to come back and help me do it all over again. I hope Forrest grows up knowing that his grandparents helped save this place too. But we're not done with this side of the cabin yet. We still need to finish the sheathing, seal everything against the weather, because during the summer, we do get monsoons out here, and that season is rapidly approaching. So that's where we're leaving it this week. One more wall rebuilt, one more piece of this cabin brought back to life. And next weekend, we keep going.
Guys, I found the mouse. Oh, you see him? He's living underneath the RV. Where'd he go? Dude, you gotta come out of there. Oh, I see him. See him back there? Oh. See his butt? No!